Welcome to Cloud on Air, live webinars from Google Cloud. We're hosting webinars every Tuesday. My name is Adam Tishok. I'm a product manager on Google Slides. Today, I'll be talking to you about tips and tricks to boost productivity in Google Slides. In this webinar, we're going to walk through the process of creating a presentation. I'll be highlighting features in slides that can help you be more productive. You can ask questions throughout the webinar on the platform. We have Googlers on standby to help answer them. Let's get started. Presentations are a staple in many business settings. When done right, they can help tell a story that can captivate, persuade, and inspire. Although they're a powerful tool, they can take a lot of time to put together. Fortunately, Google Slides has several features to make the creation of presentations more efficient. In this talk, we're going to walk through the typical lifecycle of a presentation. We're going to talk about getting a head start, the collaboration features of Google Slides, how to put polish on your presentation, and presenting your final presentation. Typically, it's best to kick off the workflow using existing information or templates to get a head start. And after getting started, you will likely need to work with your teammates and stakeholders to get all of the necessary information and collaborate on building the presentation. But before finalizing and presenting, you want to add an extra level of polish to make your slides look on brand and professional. And finally, you share out the presentation or present it in person. While I go through this presentation, I'm going to highlight how Google Slides saves you time during each of these 4 steps. Getting a head start. Let's talk about how to start a presentation. If I were to poll the audience right now about how they started putting together their last presentation, the majority of people would probably say they started by making a copy of an existing presentation, then cleaning up all of the old content and replacing it with new content. Although this is a very common practice, it's not the most efficient way to make presentations. A better way is to maintain clean templates with placeholders. Templates save time, and they're an important tool for most businesses because time spent recreating files in the workplace takes away from the time your team has to do more creative work. However, finding those templates across a large company can be time-consuming and often impossible. To help with this, Google Slides offers a template gallery that makes finding the right template easy because it can be customized for your company with unique templates created by your employees. With the template gallery in Google Slides, companies can distribute their up-to-date templates and group them by team or purpose. A template that's custom to your team will give you a head start so you can focus less on formatting and more on driving impact and developing the right content for your audience. With Google Slides templates, you can also create presentations that scale. We talked about starting off a template and customizing it to produce your end result, but what if you need to produce 10 of these slide decks? They all need the same formatting, but have slightly different content. In certain job functions like sales, this is a very common workflow. The sales associate needs to have the same pitch deck that they tweak slightly for various customers. This customization is not fast and often prone to human error. You make a copy of the template, change the name of the customer, the corresponding data, and then you do that one slide deck at a time, over and over again. Google Slides has an API to help streamline and error-proof this process. Google Slides offers both a REST API and AppScript API to give users programmatic access to create and update presentations in Slides from any data source. Your team can build ready-to-go presentations to turn business data into presentations and streamline the slide creation process. With these APIs, you can use your internal tools, templates, and your customer data to fill in placeholders across various versions of the pitch decks you need with just one click. While templates give you a head start with formatting and layout, what about getting a head start on the content in your presentation? To help ensure you always have the most up-to-date content, we built a feature called linked slides. We built this feature because we know convincing and powerful presentations often have data and slides from other sources. And we have feedback that this is a common workflow for many of you. You have a few slides from old decks that you want to reuse in a new presentation over and over again. But repeatedly copying slides from one presentation to another as they get updated is a major time sink and can be easy to miss subtle but important changes. Now, with linked slides, you can link and sync slides from multiple presentations. You know they need updated because in the right-hand corner, you'll see an update button. This way, you can maintain a single source of truth and update content in new presentations to match your source of truth with just the click of a button. This can be great for important presentations like quarterly business reviews. We also expanded the same linking functionality to content within slides. We know that a lot of business data lives in sheets, so we expanded this linking functionality such that you can also link tables and charts that you copy over from Sheets files. When the table in Sheets is updated or the corresponding chart is updated, you'll see that same update button in the right-hand corner of the table or chart, telling you that there is new data to pull into your presentation. If the original chart or table changes without being linked, it can be tedious and time-consuming to replace it in each and every file. This feature saves you valuable time, and we make it possible to update your chart with just a single click without the need to ever leave the context of your document or presentation. Now that you have a good starting point with a consistent format and slides, charts, and tables linked from your previous work, you're ready to bring in your teammates to get their insights and feedback. Let's see how Google Slides can help you collaborate. Google Slides keeps all of its content in the cloud. This means that there's no need to create multiple versions of decks emailed back and forth between teammates with confusing version names like V1, V1.2, V2, V2 Final. We've all seen these, and it can be confusing to know who updated what and when. Syncing the content from multiple people in multiple versions of files can be a job in itself. With Google Slides, the whole team works from the same file with real-time collaboration. What you see on screen is how collaboration works in Google Slides. Multiple people are making changes in real time. And even if they're working in different time zones, in different parts of the world, you don't have to deal with version roulette because everyone's working on the same file. But collaboration in slides is more than just content on a presentation. Comments in slides also allow your team members to leave suggestions or notes on what to edit or add. You can also assign an action item to someone by mentioning their name in a comment and checking the action item box. The assignee will get an email, and the next time they enter the file, they'll see the action items clearly highlighted with a blue bar. This allows for clear task delegation and faster teamwork. That's because all of the collaborators know who needs to contribute and where their contributions are needed. We also know that teams are often working on the go, while commuting to the office or on business trips. To help accommodate this, we continually invest in our mobile apps to make sure you have access to all the functionality you need wherever you are. Our apps are available on both iOS and Android, and the same real-time collaboration features, along with all the formatting and content creation tools you could need to create a quick presentation, make a minor edit, or respond to a comment. Our mobile apps also have some unique functionality that's optimized for being on the go. You can sync presentations so they're available on the app while offline, and use the mobile app present mode to turn your phone into a presentation remote. Apart from collaborators, we know that stakeholders and approvers are often part of the process to create a presentation. You often need to get your presentation approved by stakeholders in various functions like legal and PR. The combination of Google Slides and Google Drive can help with this. Without G Suite, you would probably download the slideshows as PDFs, then use project tracking tools to collect formal approvals and sign-offs. While that would technically work, if any of the approvers asked for a change in the presentation, you would need to produce new copies of the files or PDFs and resend them for approvals. As I said earlier, version roulette isn't fun for anyone. With G Suite, this approval workflow is a whole lot more streamlined. We recently announced Drive's upcoming document-centric workflows feature, which will allow users to get formal approvals on their files. With this feature, you can submit slide decks for approval from specific coworkers. Upon doing so, the file gets locked and shared and sent to the approvers. After the file is approved, it stays locked. If someone looks at the file after it's approved, they'll be able to tell clearly it has been approved, and that's the final version. This lightweight workflow tool can powerfully streamline company processes and will soon be available in an early adopters program. Along the same lines, when you have many stakeholders and collaborators, it can be really helpful to track their progress. With other legacy presentation tools, after you send your presentation to a teammate, you have no idea if or when they looked at it. It can be hard to understand who has seen what, and this can slow down teamwork. Google Slides now offers the ability to view collaborator activity. The activity dashboard allows you to see which collaborators viewed your slide deck and when, giving you the power to track progress on the project with many moving parts. You can find the activity dashboard in the Tools dropdown in the main menu. With this tool, you can understand which of your teammates have seen your latest revision and who needs to be pinged to stay in the loop. Once the core parts of your presentation, like the message, data, visuals, are all ready, you start worrying about the fine-grained details, the polish that makes your presentation feel professional and tell the story best for your audience. Google Slides has some great tools to help with this. As you and your collaborators add content, you will likely need to rearrange the layout of your slides. With the power of machine intelligence, we built the Explore feature in Slides so you can just drop your content on a slide, and with a couple of clicks, you'll have slides that look so good people will think you hired a design agency for them. We match slide themes and layouts to best fit your content. There's no cropping, resizing, or reformatting required. This Explore tool is so compelling because it really does save time by taking away mundane formatting tasks. We've seen that people who use Explore to select their layouts save over 60% of the time that they would have spent formatting. So even if design isn't your expertise, rest assured, Slides can help make sure you have a beautiful presentation to be proud of. And although Slides Explorer is great, it needs you to supply the content. And we know that another problem in creating presentations is finding the right visuals or stock photography that help deliver the message to your audience. Luckily, Slides has a platform to help with that. In Google Slides, we have a feature called add-ons to help you source these high-quality visuals from a variety of sources. Previously, I spoke about APIs. AppScript is one of these, and it's an open platform that allows any developer to create and publish add-ons that can be added to slides. As a result, we have a rich add-on store with a variety of functionality. In the add-on store, you can find tools to help you build more powerful presentations. These add-ons can enable you to source beautiful, full-bleed pictures, use advanced formatting tools, or include diagrams you created in programs outside of G Suite. For example, you can search for and add pictures from Adobe Stock right in Slides. Or you can use the Shutterstock add-on to add and customize photos within Slides. Teams can benefit from even more powerful capabilities in Slides with additional add-ons from Balsamiq, Lucidchart, Pear Deck, Noun Project, and Unsplash. These tools help bring your content that's external to Slides directly into your G Suite workflows. Google Slides also has several native tools to help with the polish you need to get your deck just right. One of the areas we've been focusing is increased font support. We know fonts matter. There are some fonts that are good for documents that are read on a personal screen, while others are good on the big screen. And different fonts can really help you define the tone and narrative of your presentation. Today, in Google Slides, you can choose from over 800 fonts via the More Fonts menu. In this menu, you can preview our diverse catalog of fonts, which support 62 languages, including non-Latin scripts like Cyrillic and Devanagari. Once you find fonts you like in the More Fonts menu, you can add them to My Fonts list. And once they're in your My Fonts list, you have quick access to those fonts in the font dropdown. Another great native design tool that Google Slides offers is the Slide Master. This is an advanced feature that allows you to control all of the information about theme, layout, background, color, fonts, and positioning of all the slides in your deck. Using the Slide Master can be an easy way to perform bulk updates in your presentation, or to ensure new slides always have the right starting point. By using the Slide Master, you can make sure the default fonts, colors, and placeholders on your layouts are always set up to look great, helping you create professional presentations quickly. It's also great to use the Slide Master when creating templates for your company that you'll then upload to the template gallery that I mentioned earlier. While the Slide Master is great for making wide-reaching changes, we know that for certain slides, you care about each and every pixel. Aligning an object or a text box perfectly can be tedious and difficult. So, Google Slides offers rulers as well as static guides to help with consistent placement and alignment throughout a presentation. You can turn on rulers and guides in the View menu. Once they're on, you can right-click to add new guides and drag guides to the exact location you need them to be. The guides will show on all of the slides in the presentation so that text boxes and other objects will snap to the location that you care about, and you can ensure that they're all aligned across all of the slides in your deck. Now that you and your collaborators have added all of your content and data, gotten the approvals needed, and everything is polished and buttoned up, you're ready to present your work. Whether you're presenting from your mobile device or your laptop, via G Suite Meet, or on a big screen, the presenter view in Google Slides gives you, as a presenter, a special view into the presentation. The presenter view helps you be a better presenter with features like speaker notes, quick slide navigation, and a laser pointer. Speaker notes allow you to craft your message and have access to all the notes you need to give a great presentation right at your fingertips. Our quick navigation tools in Presenter View allow you to quickly navigate to any slide in your deck if you need to revisit a specific point or visual. And at any time, you can turn on a laser pointer to direct the attention of your audience to a certain part of the presentation. In Presenter View, you also have access to a feature unique to Google Slides, Q&A. With Q&A, you can better engage your audience by allowing them to submit questions and vote on them during Google Slides presentations. Once you start a Q&A session, Slides displays a unique URL that audience members can go to and submit questions. You can decide when to answer the questions and display them right on the big screen one by one. The audience members can also vote on the questions other people submit, so you know where to focus your time if you only have a few minutes for questions. This concludes the journey of a typical presentation. I hope you learned some about some Slides features you may not have been aware of. And as a quick recap, Slides helps you get started with tools like templates and APIs. It facilitates real-time collaboration with comments and action items. You can let Slides be your personal designer with Slides Explorer. And finally, you can have confidence with Slides to help give you the power to give a great presentation and host live Q&A with an audience. If you want to learn more about Google Slides, you can visit the G Suite Learning Center. That's a wrap for today. Please stay tuned for a live Q&A. We'll be back in less than a minute. Welcome back. We have a couple of questions from the audience that I'd like to answer. The first question is, after final creation, can Google Slides work in offline mode? That's a great question. The answer is yes. In Google Slides, you can make all of the slides files that you want available in offline mode. And when you make changes offline, as soon as you go back online, those changes will be synced to the presentation with all of your other collaborators. The next question is, can I share a presentation I make in Slides with someone without a G Suite account? Yes, there are actually a couple ways you can do this. In Slides, you can share the present view of the slide deck and make that public. And this allows you to share the content of your presentation with whoever you want. There's also ways to download the content from Slides into multiple file types, like PDF or PowerPoint. The next question is, how can I prevent someone from making changes to a presentation I send to them? And how do I limit access to a presentation so only people at my company can see it? These are also great questions and important ones. So when you share a presentation in Google Slides, you have the option to provide different levels of access. You can provide access to edit, access to comment, and access to view. If you provide access to edit, the collaborator can change whatever they want in the slide with you. If you provide access to comment, they can make comments on the slide, but they can't make any changes. And if you provide access to view, the recipient can only view the contents of the deck. There's additional advanced settings in the share menu that can even prevent you from letting people copy contents from the slides to other decks. In terms of a limit of access to presentations so only people at your company can see it, there are domain level controls at the admin level that can be set so presentations can only be available within your domain. Can I add videos to my slides is the next question. This is also a great question, and we have two ways to do this. You can embed videos directly from YouTube into your deck, and you can also upload videos from Drive that you may have saved from a variety of sources into your deck. And the last question is, can I hide some slides when I'm presenting? This is actually a feature we just recently built, and it's called Skip Slides. When you're in the edit view of slides, on the left-hand side, there's a film strip. And if you right-click on a slide in the film strip, you'll have the option to skip slides. If you highlight a slide and select Skip Slides, you'll see an eye icon. And that means when you present, that slide will be skipped. It looks like that's it for the questions. So in closing, you can stay tuned for the next session, how Nest uses Google Cloud and Tableau to drive its business. Thank you very much for your time.